Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everybody out there in the On the Chain community, out there in podcast world, out there in YouTube land, or over there on X, or wherever you might be tuning in from? This is the 800th episode On the Chain podcast episode. So for all those out there that have been there with us from day one, thank you very much for being there, for your support. For all those newcomers, you know who you are. Thank you for joining. We appreciate all of you guys. And here we go, because tonight we're going to really dive in. A lot of things to dissect. Want to go into the geopolitics. Got to talk about the crypto. For a while now, all eyes across the board are on XRP and Flare, as crypto is shocking the system. Big story. And the biggest story, I think, is really coming out of geopolitics, because as we turn our eyes over to what's going on over in Europe, obviously there's a lot of immigrant unrest, no-go zones, political flashpoints. And the big question really is Europe being conquered from within? We're going to break it all down. The crypto, the culture war, the global showdown that's shaping the future. This is an episode, the 800th episode.
800.
You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it, Chip.
I'm out. You know, let's go.
Let's go.
A little preview of what's to come with the song is another banger. Another banger tonight, man.
Actually, two.
Listen for the girl. That's right.
And a giveaway song. We're giving one away. There's an auction coming up Wednesday. We're going to promo that. And when we give one away, we actually have something else we're going to give away. So we minted the song from yesterday. And I think that'd be a good one. Ray Run actually won it. So Ray Run, maybe you're going to be in contest to get the
NFT here. It's Barbie Taylor.
Barbie Taylor. What is going on? It's great to see you live.
Barbie in New York, I think, at the proper
really
party, if I remember correctly. Good to see you live. Yeah, always live is always good. You can always chime in. Congratulations, OTC, on the 800th episode podcast. That's the podcast. We actually started the podcast, which is the visual, the audio part. And that's our biggest number. So our podcast is steadily growing. So thank you for that, everyone that listens in. It's available wherever wherever you like to get podcasts. Apple seems to be the number one, but then right behind it is Google. So they're kind of neck and neck.
Others I never heard of before.
And some other ones that we've never heard of before, but we broadcasted to a lot of different places. So thank you so much for jumping in there. Guys, go ahead and type in Yeti. Go ahead and do your Yeti. Yeti. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
I know where you're going for there. I know what you were going for. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Nice one. Appreciate that.
Started a little bit late.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You know what, Jeff? It's interesting. Like, I don't know how many shows we've actually done on YouTube. We should probably break that down.
We should,
because it's probably 900 plus.
I'm sure
we might be coming up on our 1,000th. I don't even know how you. What do you do? Go there, scroll through and like count 1, 2, and then like you get to like 270, you lose count. You're like, I gotta start all over again. I don't know how much it is. So.
Visual Vendetta says, I used to come here for the crypto news, but now I just come here for the news in general. We appreciate that, because that's, our passion goes geopolitics. Sometimes geopolitics before crypto, but it's the blend of crypto and geopolitics together, which makes it exciting for us to talk about. And it's really what everybody needs to know. And that's what kills me about so many people in the crypto space. They don't know anything outside of that circle. And just like we don't want to silo ourselves in one crypto, I don't want to silo myself in information either. Got to know and try to dig in and learn as much as we can. That's for sure.
Yeah. And one thing you're always going to get on the chain here is you're always going to get what we're thinking, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, but you're always going to get authenticity. You're going to get straight from what we do. Well, you don't always have to agree with it either. That's why we like to hear other people's, your opinions. It's very rare somebody is, but that's what's great about having comments and people sourcing the show. We put your comments up, you get to voice your opinion, we talk about it, we sort of workshop it a little bit, and we kind of come up with it. So, and there's no Gary. It's funny, it's like that member is Gary all the time. I was like, he's forgotten in the history and the annals of history.
The annals
of history, because he's Jim D's in here. Jim D flashing the peace sign. So yeah, it's always that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get real. You're gonna get authenticity.
Yeah, Barbie's here from Florida. Jim D's here from Florida.
Yeah,
Chad's
got a lot of Florida in the house. I have to download this video. So I saw a guy. I'll show you what he was doing, but it was open carry. But he's like riding around a scooter. I got into a conversation. Well, the guy was saying it's a scooter. It's actually a motorcycle. He was in Florida and he's flying around, and somebody's saying, "Well, I don't know. He's asking for trouble." I'm like, "Open carry means exactly open carry." Right. If you've ever been to Texas, people walk into stores with rifles over their shoulder, packing. You can see right in their belt, right there. That's what keeps everybody, on even footing. Nobody wants to mess around if they know they're carrying, right? They're not. You're not going to go to Texas and try something because everyone's carrying there. Same as Florida. So good luck. Good luck trying to.
I'm excited about the open carry only because it makes it easier. Even if you're concealing, you don't have to worry.
Right? You don't have to worry exactly.
And that just makes
Jeff,
it so
this is what I get about the Second Amendment. It's very clear. It says it shall not be infringed, right? It means you don't need a permit. You don't need some special license. You don't need that's the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. That's it. There's nothing you can do to stop somebody. You are guaranteed that by the Second Amendment of the Constitution. Yep. So everything else is a joke. Like in New York, you gotta pat your head and rub your belly, and you got to go through all these like ridiculous, sort of things.
New York State.
Yeah, New York State's a joke.
New York State is a joke.
It's funny because I was going through my dad's things. I found his concealed carry for New York. It's not easy to get, but he had a concealed carry. His New York card I found, and I found his concealed carry for Florida too.
Nice.
And I got my dad's gun, so that's cool too. So. And it means something to me just because they were dads, and my dad was a sharpshooter too. He was a very good shot, did a lot of competition stuff. And so that was also very cool.
I had a copy of the Constitution right here.
I haven't seen you guys in a long time. Well, it's good. Look at this. Something do you think something's turning? Did you get the Aram, did you get the notice? Because I'm seeing some other folks coming in here, and I'm wondering because YouTube had a change of heart and they're starting to open things up a little bit. I'm wondering if maybe you did.
Yeah. Look at that.
Jim D carries bare arms with claws. Well, good for you. There you go. I hope that's working for you.
XRP rocks. There you go.
Bills fan right there. Bills were choking today, man. They were having a rough time. I saw the Kansas City was Justin here yet?
Buck
I like that. Say that 3 times fast. Buckstuckster. The Buck Stuckster.
The Second Amendment. There you go.
It's like the buck stops here, the Buck Stuckster. Kind of sounds very similar, doesn't it?
The Buck Stuckster.
Sounds a little bit
Buck
similar.
Stuck here. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Buck Stuckster.
I like it. Buck Stuckster.
Something like that. Indeed.
That's perfect. Like that. Yeah. Look at that. Barbie said I got notified. First time in months.
Holy cow. I mean, are the notifications fixed?
They are.
Could that be? That would be fantastic because
look at that.
Honestly,
Damien didn't used to get your live notices till now.
Oh, this is good, man. This might be.
This is what we've been talking about for so long, that we have all these followers, and everyone always would tell us we don't get your notices. We don't get our notices. Now all of a sudden, it's good. It's opening up. Let's keep the good times going.
Let the good times roll, as the Carter said.
That's right.
Let the good times roll, baby.
Get the good times roll. And so we got a lot of things we want to dig into, but I do want to highlight the auction. So we do have an auction. I posted up on X, on the Badass Yetis on X. We'll share it over on the chain as well. It's exciting because it allows you to participate in real utility of XRP. It's over on the XRP.cafe. Not just an NFT posted up there, but it's a live auction. And we got to mint, and we're minting the songs that we play too. As well. So we have that minted finally yesterday. Took a little while, but I want to play this auction just to kind of get you guys in the mood here. At the bottom of the hour, a little later, we'll play the song for the giveaway. But let me throw this auction up here real quick just to get everybody fired up.
Let's go.
Auction for Badass Yeti of the White Tribe. Clan Tempests. Only on XRP.cafe. Only with XRP. Only on XRPL. Get in on the action. Bid now. Bid high. Bid often. Your fate is decided. October 1st, at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Place your bid. Be a legend! Support On The Chain and keep their lemon trees watered! Badass Yetis! On the chain is on the chain!
Man, what a banger. Holy cow. Deep breaths after that one, Jeff. That was a banger. Look at this right here from Robert Quinlan coming in here. Beautiful. Appreciate that. A $10 super sticker. Appreciate that.
You.
Canada, man. I love Canada. Love Canada. We got to fight for Canada, man. We have got, Canadians have got to make Canada great again, man. Because it is a great country. The people are amazing. I mean, you look at most of the talent down here in the States, almost every, you want to talk about sense of humor, almost all the great comedians are Canadian. You know, I mean, they're just, they got a great, great spirit about them. And it's just, it kills me, especially growing up so close to the border. I grew up in Buffalo and then growing up over and spent a lot of time in Ontario and Toronto and worked for Canadian companies as well. And it just bothers me to see what's going on over there. And speaking of guns, we're going to talk about Canada and that too. We'll talk about the contrast between Florida, and we'll talk about what's going on in Canada. So we'll contrast that so people can see it.
Bobby saying, if you don't get the notices, ring Chip. Here's his number.
Bobby, that's not true. Listen, I've got 3 accounts on YouTube on my phone. I don't get one. I don't have one damn notice on here. Not one. 3 accounts on there and not one damn notice. So I'm glad you guys are getting yours. Every once in a while I might get it like at 8:20, like it'll flash up at 8:20.
Exactly. Yep.
It's like, oh, well, that time the show's over. But it is good to see that that's happening. Crypto Eddie put this up here, and this is so spot on right here. She said, I think the cat's out of the bag that Hugo and team of builders at Flare Networks, Flare Labs, and beyond have been building serious utility for the digital asset XRP. Take no prisoners. And there it is, the Jolly Roger, the pirate flag emoji right there. It's so spot on too, because people for years have been, calling Hugo and his team as nothing's happening. But meanwhile, people were getting a monthly drop, and I think that ends in February or March. But for 3 years of doing nothing and getting free, airdrops. I mean, you want to talk about how, Hugo and Flare team embraced the XRP community, and now what's happening utility wise. And you saw that was at 5 million burned out in like 4 hours. They opened it up. I mean, every week they'll open it up a little bit more, but at 4, I was going to go look and it was already gone, Jeff. It was already done. I'm like, I'm going to go check this out. So
yeah, it was gone fast.
Yes, Barry, that is correct. Very I did lose my mother. So this is weird. I lost my mother in August of 24. And we had her funeral in September of 24. Lost my dad in July of 25. And we just had his funeral in September, which is why I always say next September better be incredibly uneventful. And then my sister-in-law got into a really bad accident on her bike. Luckily, she had a really good helmet on, but she's a marathon. She's a marathon runner. She runs the full Ironman. So, she did usually training for the 112 bike ride, 112-mile bike ride, and she got into a bad accident, brain bleed, but luckily she's tough and strong. She broke her arm, but she bounced back, and I'm so happy to hear that, because I'm like, can we just get out of September already? September needs to be put behind us forever, Jeff. I hope nothing happens. I hope next September is the most boring September in the history. So that's what I'm counting on, that it would be just ultimately boring. Just a normal sort of one. Here's some Ripple news, Jeff. We talked about this. So Bybit, look at this. This is pretty cool. Bybit, Ripple USD is officially available, listed on Bybit Spot with Ripple, available trading pairs, RLUSD and USDT, BTC and RLUSDT, ETH and RLUSDT, and of course XRP and RLUSD. And what is it? What is Mint? Is that Monero? What is that? What's Mint?
I don't know what Mint is actually. I don't think it's Monero, but no, I don't think it is. I don't know.
Just seems weird. You have USDT, you've got Bitcoin in here, you've got ETH, XRP. So I don't know what that is. Someone will drop it in there.
Let's see.
They will drop it in. Availability is dependent on jurisdiction, but really cool. And of course, Reese Merrick, who he's a senior executive, managing director of Middle East and Africa, which is really cool to see that this is, I mean, just remember, guys, this was only announced last December. It wasn't even available last December. It was announced. So they're making a lot of headway and getting on the map. And of course, they have all the legal clarity. I mean, the legal clearance, they got, the Southern District of New York, and they've got a lot of licenses. They got money transmitter licenses. So they're set up, from the word go to do very well. Another Ripple news, Christina Chan was, because Brad Garlinghouse was saying, the one thing about the XRP community is anywhere in the world, this is so true, they show up in force. Huge congratulations to XRP Soul team on their first event. And we at Ripple are absolutely looking forward to the next one. And somebody posted a video where they're just, sped up of all the people in line. They had like 3,000, like over 3,000 people at this.
There's so much activity over in Korea. It's unbelievable.
Amazing. I mean, the way they embrace XRP and what they're doing. She said, hey, thanks for having us at XRP Soul. Wonderful seeing the community come together. Thank you, XRPL Korea. Been incredible to be part of this journey with you, growing the ecosystem together. Yeah, and that's really what it's all about, the growth and making things happen, Jeff.
I'd love to see a video if we have a video somewhere. That'd be really outstanding.
We can probably find it.
I'm sure
I had it earlier. I haven't had it earlier, but it was the line. It was just
the line. Yeah,
it went on forever. I was hoping we could play something a little bit more than that, but that's kind of all we have in the crypto side of the house. But let's get up to some of our comments here. Let's go to some of our comments. What do we got here? There we go. XRP, love Canada. Yeah, and I think it's. Yeah, right on. There you go. We're half Canadian, right? I feel like, growing up that close to the border, that's what, if you think about, we're a Canadian, border town, basically we were over there in Ontario, Canadians were always over in the US, and it just felt like neighbors, like, had a lot of, Robert Deitch is saying Australia, Canada, and England are falling apart. Globalists are winning. Don't worry about that. Never give up on the people. People will push back, and you're seeing the pushback. You're starting to see it. You're seeing it happen in Germany. You're starting to see it happen in France, and you're seeing it big time happening over there in the UK. But Canada is not going to be far behind, because Canada, that's one thing you don't mess around with. You think about the toughest people in the world. It came down to the farmers and the truckers. And you remember the truckers in Canada? They gave 0 Fs. They were out in force. They cared nothing. I mean, a lot of them got, their accounts basically stripped from them, which is, their banking accounts, which is pretty bad. So Barbie says it ends in January. That's the token drop.
It's coming up soon.
Mercury in retrograde equals September in ?
Mm-hmm. Here we go. XRP Soul. I'm not going to play the song. Just play through this. They did a pretty nice job of pulling all this together. Look at that. That's
look at that line, man. That's insane.
Unbelievable.
It's a big, huge convention center. Look at that.
I mean, I'm so impressed on
Look at that.
Everything that they pulled together. All the sponsors, just everybody that's there. Everything that it's just really, really impressive. You can see everyone just super excited to be there too.
Yeah, and this is an event that celebrates XRP. This is XRP Soul. This is just, I mean, you look at that amount of people. It's the biggest event in the world. It dwarfs even XRP Vegas, which is a huge event.
Look at that.
You figure size. Look at the country of Korea, South Korea, versus the U.S.
Right.
If you see like what's going on there, just look at the speakers, look at the size of that stage, look at how professional everything looks, look at that audience. I mean, it's great. It's a first-class showing right there.
Super, super impressive.
Maybe we'll be able to get to one of these, Jeff. XRP Soul 2026.
I would definitely love to be there. Maybe we can get invited to MC or something like that. I had big hopes for Wave of Innovation, that it would kind of be on that level, a couple in. That first one that we emceed, those guys pulled something together, was pretty amazing. That was over in Australia.
Yeah, Fabio and team pulled that together, man.
Fabio did. Yeah, and his team, they did such a phenomenal job with that. I was really hoping, there would have been a follow-up to it, because there was nothing like it, in terms of the professionalism, the expert, level they did it. Then I see this XRP Soul. These guys brought it to that next level right out of the gate, and so 2 amazing amazing platforms. There's nothing like it. If look at Wave of Innovation was all about developers and bringing attention to developers to build in the space. No one was doing that. XRP Vegas didn't do that, right? It was just about the hype. Then it was about the builders, the developers. That's what Wave of Innovation was about. XRP Soul focuses right in on that. It's about the building and the development, everything in and around the space again. Outstanding.
The last XRP Vegas, they did incorporate a lot more builders in there, so it was more. There was more of that in there, so definitely feel like that was there.
Tech coming out of Korea definitely exceeding what's coming out of Japan.
Yeah,
I think Japan definitely is. They've been slow. They slowed down significantly. You look, and we see what's coming out of Korea now is just super, super impressive.
Yeah, my wife is into, she has a spa and she just loves the Korean products, the skincare products that come out of there are like #1 in the world. The machines, everything coming out of there is like just, it's out of all of Asia, really. Japan has some good stuff, but she's like so hyped on the Korean stuff.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Yep. I love this.
That's when we got over there. Korea's changed so much over the years, I'll tell you what.
I like that splotch of color right there.
Very cool.
Astral hike. Coming in from New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey's changing, man. New Jersey is changing. I love this new Republican guy that's running for governor. This guy's sharp. This guy's good. And I think you're going to see New Jersey go and vote for a Republican. They're getting tired of the corruption. Mm-hmm. New Jersey, what a corrupt state, and how many years they put up with it. So Channing, oh my God, Channing's here. Holy cow. You want to talk about an OG? Channing Smithson. Oh my gosh, we had you on the show, man. Was that in 2020? That's awesome, dude. Go follow him, guys. He's a good dude. This is great to see all amazing. Yeah, look at nice to see legacy viewers here. Absolutely, man. Sure, it's cool that Channing Smithson's here. I love that. Love seeing those names from Blast from the Past. So maybe we're taking a turn and maybe starting to get notifications. I know I've been putting out stuff on X. Like, come on, YouTube. I've been tagging them like, hey, YouTube. Funny thing is, remember they said all the people that got kicked off YouTube? Well, they try to create accounts. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. They created accounts. They try to create them. They're like, I'm sorry. It's a pilot program, and it's not up already. So I was like, they just went in front of the Congress in the hearings just to like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah. And I'm like, well, people like Sam I Am got kicked off of YouTube. And, because he was talking about the vaccine and C-19 and all that. And what ended up happening? He was right about everything. And if you admit guilt and say, oh, yeah, we were pressured by the government. Oh, yeah, we were great. Well, that means you reach in your pocket and you make these people whole, because a lot of people lost their livelihoods because they counted on the revenue coming in from YouTube. They were full-time creators or these part-time creators, but they lost revenue. They lost time. They lost audiences. So I don't think it's enough to say, oops, sorry. We'll let you back on. And then until you violate another one of their 1,000 new guidelines they've created, they can figure out another way to censor you.
That's how they operate it. They don't care. They operate with impunity. They're like, it's our platform. We do what we want. That's how they've operated up until now.
Yeah. And, when the tides turn, you get a new government in. Sure, everybody wants to pretend, oh, we're doing the right thing. But, when you're shadow banned like our channel is, when alerts weren't going out, when we all look over the past 30 shows, we didn't lose, because it tells you if somebody unsubscribed, they watched that video or they clicked on it. But we just started losing people, and people said I was subscribed, and then all of a sudden I realized that I was no longer subscribed. I had to go subscribe again. So who's doing that?
True.
If you didn't consciously go unsubscribe, we ramped up very fast to 25. We got to 26, and it's been a slow roll down. People say they've never seen the show. They don't see it. Nobody gets the alerts. So,
but now it's going the other way.
It's going the other way. So we're making a comeback. We'll call it a comeback, Jeff. We've been here for years. All right, let's see. All right, it's time to get into some geopolitical stuff. We're at the half hour, Jeff. Are we at the time?
We are at that time.
We're almost there. Yeah, we are almost there.
There's something here. There we go.
Almost there.
I have to go on and repost something. I guess we're there. We're almost at the half hour. We're getting close, getting very close. Channing Smithson. So we're minting 10 million FXRP this week. Last week we minted 5 in 4 hours. What bet you 10 million?
Yeah, I would say 10 million for sure, man. I mean, we're probably going to be. I mean, if it went in 4 hours, and then it's just you're going to have an incredible amount of participation in this. So
Right.
It's great to see it. I've been bullish. I remember doing a report on Flare before Flare was even a thing. I just got wind of it. I said, oh, wow. They pivoted a couple times, but the leadership there and what they're doing, taking their time, putting Songbird together, trying to break it, then going with Flare, and then putting these partnerships together, just, I wouldn't sleep on it. I'm not giving any financial advice, Jeff, but I mean, when are you going to have a chance to get Flare at 2 cents, 3 cents? If you remember XRP, I know a lot of people. We have a friend who bought it at 0.006 and bought a lot of XRP at 0.006. But when do your friends want to buy it? Once it gets to $1.50, $3, then they're like, wait, what was that thing you were telling me about? And then they all want a piece of it. But when it's on sale, nobody wants to talk about it. You know what I mean?
That's it. You don't want to sleep on this. I love how they pulled the terminologies in as well. The blockchain for data. Flare is a full stack layer 1 solution designed for data intensive use cases. Start building. It's so simple, just the whole, promo of it. Exactly, what it's all about. Kind of has a little sexy appeal to it on the site. I really love how they pulled it together. It's clean. It's easy to navigate through, easy to understand. Again, you come into the foundational technology. Enshrine data protocol, Flare protocols are integrated into the blockchain's core and inherit the economic security of the entire network. I think those are, very, key points, especially if you're going to be building Ethereum virtual machine, which is the EVM. Flare is EVM compatible with out-of-the-box support for all your favorite tooling. Obviously important. Flare stake. Flare uses proof of stake mechanism to ensure a significant and consistent level of economic security. And then when you see the partnership, obviously Vivo Power, Flare partnership, so they get to, hype up some of the stuff, fast, decentralized, secure. Man, these guys have been onto it, for so long. We definitely can't sleep on their technology. Got an amazing tech stack.
Fantastic, man. It really is. It's absolutely fantastic, man.
Yeah.
So we have 27 minutes past the, and into the show. I wouldn't say past the hour because we're further than that.
So before we get into the Geopod, let's just roll it. We'll just drop it now. It's the 800th show, 800th podcast. For everyone out there listening on the podcast, we've been trying to figure out a way to live stream podcast. If we can figure that out, that'll be amazing. Then we can have a live podcast instead of recorded, because then all of our listeners on the podcast, they don't get to participate in the live giveaways, for the NFTs. And you guys can't even see the NFTs, but you can go to onthechain.io. You go to onthechain.io, go back, watch the show, get the podcast. You can listen to the song again. You can watch the video that we make right on onthechain.io. And if you sign up for On The Chain, go to onthechain.io. You sign up. Every time we finish a show, you'll get an email with a link. It'll show you all the different articles that we covered. Sometimes we don't cover the article, but it's stuff we use for show prep. So you'll get to see all the different articles we used in show prep. You can go back, scroll through, search through, look for, all the different shows we've done. But when you do open a show, like if you opened yesterday's show, you'll get the podcast link, YouTube video link. You'll get the song that we played yesterday, the show winner. There's just all sorts of, cool things that you can get in there. So that's for all those that are listening in on the podcast on that side of it. And everyone here live with us, you guys are you can see what Chip's actually scrolling through the website right now, onthechain.io. And then in a little bit here, we'll also play a little segment on our coffee. So for some of those that haven't been on with us for a while, maybe you haven't seen the coffee video or seen some of our other cool videos, but we're about to run that right now. So here we go. Today we're giving away a Tempest. And I think you guys are going to like this one.
Ooh, get ready for this. Go. It's a banger.
Get ready.
When a badass yeti from the blue tribe, the Titans rise. Your key, the Zaman wallet, your fate on the chain. Ran of Titans.
Titans, spear raised high, spiked helm gleams as glowing pink in the night. He storms the light, he breaks the shield when his spear strikes the battlefield. Yeah, stand with Titans, fight with Ren, win the badass yetis.
This is the blue tribe, this is thunder and flame, iron in the hand, glory in the name. The Titans crush, they never wait.
Your badass yetis, born for battle, made for legend, claim yours or be forgotten. Badass yetis, on the chain.
Damn, that metal. Look at that. Thank you for the metal. That was some serious metal. That groove. What a good groove, man.
Kick ass.
Looks so cool. Yeah, well, somebody's going to win that tonight. Is it going to be the king?
Who's going to win?
Barbie, you got to type in Yeti if you want to win that NFT. You got Freddy Cat.
Yeti.
Freddy Cat says Yeti. Freddy Cat says Yeti.
Yeti.
So let's do it, man. Get that in there. That wasn't me on that time. That was actually Jeff. But I'm going to have a listening party for my band that I released, which is my AI band. We're going to maybe set up a date this week or sometime soon, but it will be a listening party. Lyrics that I wrote, but executed through AI, creating the lyrics. And it's a fictional band out of Ardwick, Manchester, UK. And I named the singers and everything. It's a whole rabbit hole I ended up going down, and I'm really pleased the way it turned out. The songs, I think they're really good, and so you guys can come have a listening party. We'll promote it, and then we'll all jump on here and listen to it together.
That's it.
Yeah, that was Jeff, crushing it. All right, nice, Jeff, beautiful.
Hey, Channing's missed out on our giveaways. You haven't been on for so long. We do songs for every.
These are all original songs, and they're also minted to NFTs. So
we're actually going to be giving away the NFT from yesterday.
The song, NFT song.
The NFT song that was it finally minted yesterday.
Do you want to play that video
from yesterday?
Yeah, play the song too, because we'll be giving that away later.
Yeah, let's see. Let me see. So just to give a sampling of it, well, I got to share my screen, I guess. That would probably help. So this is the NFT to, and actually Ray Run won this guy yesterday. This one, the song finally minted. It's Risk Your Mind, Ode of Mentalists. And this is the song right here. I'll play just a little blurb of it. And then we're going to
play the video, dude. The one you from yesterday.
I would have to open the video separately. All right, let's play it. We'll play the video. It's the same as the song. So let me find it. So actually, I deleted it from the
man. Knowing that we were going to cover it tonight too.
Well, I had to delete it because I needed some space. But here we go.
Okay, there you go. No sound.
No sound.
No sound.
Oh, come on.
Try loading
that.
Try loading it into a.
No, it's because I didn't share my.
Okay.
Sound.
That'll do it.
That does it every time.
Is it in a browser tab?
No, just on my screen. There we go. The problem is they should have a toggle for the volume. Like if you forget to turn it on, just let us toggle it on and off. They keep adding all these other things that we don't need.
You gotta rewind it, Jeff.
Yeah, let's start over again. Here we go. Can you hear it now?
Yep, here.
A badass yeti from the blue tribe, the mentalist rise. Your key, the Zaman wallet, your fate on the chain. Aldoheimer of the mentalist clan. Aldoheimer, eyes burning red. Aldoheimer sets your mind ablaze. He needs no weapon, he needs no shield. will break your calm. When he stokes your fear, when he strikes, your mind will shatter. Your vision burns, you know there is no escape. Risk your mind, risk it, risk your soul, risk your soul, risk it. With a badass yeti. Risk your mind, risk it, risk your soul, risk your soul, risk it. With a badass yeti. This is the blue tribe, this is fire in the brain. Ice, ice celebrate, ice, ice celebrate. Terror in the chest. Haldorheimer does not wait. Badass yetis, I born for battle, made for legend. I claim yours or be forgotten. Badass yetis, badass yetis, on the chain. On the chain.
Yeah, I just want to say that the sound is messed up on that. You got to play it in StreamYard. It sounded like it was, like in the old days, those little tiny, remember those AM radios? You play it through those little tiny speakers.
So because you got your crisp on?
Maybe. Did it sound okay to everybody else? It felt like it was, look who else.
Sounded okay to me.
Look who else the cat's right then. Oscar.
Oscar. Wow, we haven't seen Oscar in a long time either.
Another OG. OG in the space. Yeah, he's cool. Hell yeah. Damn it. Cool as hell.
Yeah, it was cool.
Gazoon tight. There you go. There you have it, man.
That's a guy we gave away yesterday. And so we minted the song. So there you go. Sounded good here. There you go. So the song was minted.
Okay,
it's right there. So 1 of 1, because there's only one music. Risk Your Mind, Ode of the Mentalist. So the one that we played tonight, we'll mint that as well. And then that one will be available. And Ray Run won this one yesterday. It was actually Mark Smithson won it and then pushed on the honors.
Yeah, it sounded good here. It's just weird, because if you play it through StreamYard, it plays normal, but this one felt like it was a little tinty and just distant, and maybe it was my. But all right, let's transition over to
some geopolitics.
Let's go ahead. I'm going to put this up here. Let's see. So here's what it looks like to open carry in Florida. There it is. So here he is, riding down. What's that?
It's like day 2.
395. Yeah. Look at that. He's just riding down 395.
That's awesome.
And open carry, baby. That's what it looks like. And I got some pushback. I gotta be careful because of the song.
I think you gotta mute that
song because otherwise we'll get busted. We'll get punched in the face for that stupid music. We get
ineligible. Ineligible.
Yeah. Ineligible. We get knocked out.
Going to Miami.
Yeah, it's trying to find the
pretty sweet
bit on that. Where's the other bit? To it, but
Robert Dish, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language, according to Ronald Reagan. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help you.
Yep. So I like to remind people often of that one. Yeah. Absolutely, man. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Oscar said that man can run into me and I won't honk my horn.
Okay.
There you go.
Dude, it was totally my fault. I'm sorry I ran you over. I didn't mean to. It was a complete, it was just a mistake. What am I going to say? Let's see.
Does he normally do a...
So
obviously someone was recording them or...
Yeah, somebody's recording. Somebody was saying like, "Oh, I guess this is what open carry looks like." And so many people on the original post were saying stuff, but I had a little exchange back and forth here. It's another regular OTC viewer. I was just like, said, man spotted riding around with a Draco strapped to his back, ready for action following Florida's new gun law legalizing open carry. I said, welcome to Florida, where the Second Amendment stands as it was meant to.
That's right.
And Free American Spirit said, love the law, but people like this are not too bright. But he spelled bright wrong. So
No, people will take it from you.
Bad people will take it from you. Concealed is way better, and you really don't want to cause road rage when you're riding your scooter. Already enough from nut jobs trying to run us over.
But I do agree with the one statement though, that especially right now, say you're driving through Miami, you never know, but people could potentially try to take it from you. Especially you got it slung over your back. It's not like you have a pistol on your side. It's a little harder to access. You know, you got it slung over to your back. You know, maybe there's, you know, something to be said, you know, with that. It's not going to be as secure potentially, but you know, that I don't know if someone really is going to run up on you like that. I think, you know, having a concealed weapon for that perspective might be a little bit better, but open carry is open carry. So if you want to open,
that's what I said. By the way, that's a motorcycle. Now he called it a scooter. I'm like, that's a motorcycle, not a scooter. Open carry means open carry. The more people carry, the fewer problems we'll have. He came back with, I know it's a motorcycle. I call them scooters, even my own.
Yeah. Okay.
What the hell? Anyways, yes, open carry is great, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Safety-wise, concealed is way better. While open carry might look like a deterrent, real bad guys could care less. Yeah. I said I call helicopters drones and airplanes fun crafts. Since he calls, I mean, I call them scooters. I know, but they're motorcycles. Like a scooter does a top speed of like 30 miles an hour, and you look like a goofball riding one. Okay. A motorcycle is quite different, you know. But why? I'm like, I call helicopters drones and airplanes fun crafts. I mean, call them anything you want, I guess. For me, it's from get on your bad motor scooter and ride. You know the band. Get on your. And I said, get on your bike and ride. That was Fat Bottom Girls by Queen. So I was like, you know, I want to ride my bicycle. And he's like, didn't they have flat bottom girls? I'm like, no, they were fat bottom girls. And Free American Spirit put on Montrose. Oh, there you go. Funny. Yeah. That's a whole bunch of exchanges. Just like have these fun exchanges. The fun things that go on X are just incredible.
Chad, so always conceal your backup. Exactly.
There you go.
If you're going to open carry that, then
right. I would imagine he probably has a pistol somewhere too. So
without a doubt.
Yeah. So that's how it works. So anyway, so we're going to jump into this.
Thank God.
I'm going to play this clip right here and get some feedback from you guys because we're going down a rabbit hole. Get ready. We're going down a rabbit hole. Let's go.
How can you look at me with a straight face and...
Now, this is a senior leader from Hamas. Now, listen to what he says, okay? Listen how he languages it. Listen to what he says.
How can you look at me with a straight face and tell me that you accept no responsibility whatsoever for what has happened in the 2 years since?
What is the option is left for the Palestinians to do? First time that Palestinians have shown sacrifice in this Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
What gives you the right to decide that Palestinian women and children should be sacrificed on the altar of your resistance?
No, all the time we are sacrificing, we are fighting.
But I am asking you about the civilian deaths in Gaza and what gives you the right to decide it's a price worth paying. That child can die. It's okay. Because it's in order to fulfill our resistance.
As Hamas, we are fighting for the interests of the people. We don't want our people to be killed. Don't put the problem on the shoulder of Hamas.
When I'm speaking with Hamas officials, I press them for your responsibility. But some Palestinians have had enough. Our message to Hamas is stop gambling with us, this man says. You are disconnected from reality, especially since the Hamas leadership is outside of Gaza.
I want to send a message to Hamas. We talk to people, talk by people. Stop the or we are die here.
But Hamad doesn't seem interested in hearing those voices.
I know. I have seen.
This is not it. There's more.
I have seen this video.
Sir,
yes.
There is more.
I know people are suffering. There are some people blame Hamas.
Why will you not listen to the voices of Palestinian people in Gaza?
Look. Yeah, I know. This is not the whole story.
These people who want Hamas to surrender lay down its weapons and leave the Gaza Strip.
I think
what do you say to
one
them?
asked Hamas to surrender. We will never surrender. These people under abnormal circumstances, we put him under target and killing and massacre. What do you expect for people to say? If you look to the General Assembly yesterday, when about 194 people opened their eyes and looked to the atrocity, to brutality of Israel, and all of them, they condemned Israel. I think this is a golden moment.
In your view, 65,000 deaths is worth it in order to achieve what you've achieved?
Look, I know the price is so high, but I'm asking again, what is the option?
It's worth
what
it.
What is the option left to the Palestinians?
So he's okay with the sacrifice, and he's also okay living in safety outside of the region too, right?
Of course,
but
they are.
What people don't realize, Jeff, is the fact that when civilians die, it's because they basically surround themselves with civilians. So when they're trying to be taken out, they take out the civilians.
Right.
It's a horrible thing, and it's like he's basically saying there that I've seen these videos. Yeah, it's a sacrifice is worth it. It's worth sacrificing our own people because we're never going to surrender. But I live out in another country in pure safety with hundreds of people on guarding me. It's just it's so much hypocrisy. It's really, and there you have the senior leader right there. This one right here, this is
well, that's part of the issue, is that they operate outside of danger zones. They create the environment for the danger zone. They're fighting for a cause that is based off of conquest and destruction. Their own their own calling from the beginning. They haven't changed their objective, which is the ultimate destruction of Israel. They don't ever want to live side by side with Israel. Hamas is a terrorist organization. Hamas is part of the Muslim Brotherhood. Egypt outlawed and banned the Muslim Brotherhood. Most of the Arab countries, the UAE,
so did Jordan
and others, Jordan, have banned the Muslim Brotherhood. Hamas is a terrorist organization. Hamas has a political offshoot. Most people don't educate themselves enough to really, dig in because the information isn't available. But there's an offshoot in the United States called the Council of American Islamic Relations. And the Council of American Islamic Relations has direct ties and lineage to Hamas. And Hamas funds them. And CARE is a political entity component of Hamas. CARE is an outreach to politicians, to school boards, to schools throughout the United States. I know people that have researched them. I know people who follow them and have called them out at every level. If you go back, Congressman and Lieutenant Colonel Allen West would routinely call them out, especially when he was in Congress and before. And there's many others that have as well. Right. And Chad knows exactly. CARE was an unindicted co-conspirator. They're so actively involved in so many of you have the blind sheikh. Yeah, there's other things that they'd been actively involved in. But you can show that there were direct ties of financing and funding coming from Hamas to CARE, but yet they operate with out in the open here in this country. And most people have no idea who they are, and yet that's what they do. And they're out there, basically, spreading their lies and misinformation. And if you go to Hamas, and then you go into, and we have a video, one of the videos will show, how they've educated their kids.
Mm-hmm.
They teach their kids, and you could teach your kids, to want to follow actors, or they might want to follow sports. Over there they have them, and they educate them from the time they're born to follow these guys that will go off and sacrifice themselves, the martyrs. So, but that'll blow themselves up, and they have these little kids running around like terrorists, and their nursery rhymes have kill Israelis and kill Jews in their nursery rhymes. This is what they educate them. Bill Clinton talked a lot about it, because in 2000, one of the initiatives when they sat down with Arafat in order to have peace was that they started to educate the kids in school on peace, on a peaceful coexistence. The Palestinians, the PLO, the PLA, and Hamas never changed any of their doctrine. They continued to educate their kids to kill Jews and Israelis. And then they would still talk about from the river to the sea. They never changed any of that.
No.
You
What's
know,
in their
so
charter?
This is their charter. This is their doctrine. You know, so the PA, which is connected to the PLO, you know, was originally an offshoot of the PLO, and we're talking about a nomadic people to begin with. You know, if we want to really go back and see, you know, who are the Palestinian people in general, where did they all come from? And so, you know, there's a lot of problems to it. And you ask them, what's the historical evidence to this culture, to this cultural existence? And there's only one person they can ever point to, and that's Yasser Arafat. That's where it all begins. It all began with Arafat. You know, it's really crazy.
So I want to play this video because this is Mossab Hassan Youssef, and he is the son of one of the co-founders of Hamas. But here he's taken on and totally he was debating. I'm only going to play this one clip, but he was debating a pro-Palestinian student in a debate. But here he is. Let's watch this.
First of all, if you want to take personal aim, I can take you on a rabbit hole that you will never get out of.
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have
Bad words. Go ahead. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This guy knows what he's talking about.
been patient and respecting you. You know why? Because you're just an arrogant student with no knowledge, with no life experience, advocating on a very dangerous cause, being a useful idiot in the hands of terrorists, creating trouble, putting encampment, breaking the law, advocating on behalf of a terrorist organization designated by the American law as a terrorist organization, makes you a terrorist. So if you want to talk about personal things, you challenge me for doing a legitimate work for a democracy to save human lives, and you want to reduce my effort to say that I got paid 10 years fighting and chasing after terrorists who blow up, killed Americans, Israelis, Arabs, Muslims, all type of people indiscriminately. Do you think you can sit here and judge me?
That whole thing is even better. We don't have time to play the whole thing, but he was, he was sitting there taking the questions, and you know he was being extremely respectful. But this is what happens when your arrogance gets a hold of you. You think you know what you're talking about, and basically you're endorsing a terrorist organization, like you outlined, Jeff. So it's and just the things that don't get announced on the news is probably the most shocking of all. I mean, when you have the things that are going on in Nigeria right now. I want to play. Let's see if I can find this clip. I don't know if I have the clip for it, but here you go.
Jim D talks about Netanyahu tolerated and encouraged and facilitated the flow of funds to Hamas in Gaza. However, it was Europe, it was the EU, it was the UAE, it was the Saudi, it was others. There's a whole list of hundreds of millions of dollars were funneled to Hamas. And look at the leftist government. Look at the woke right that still support Hamas. The woke right are coming to the defense of Hamas and the Palestinians on a regular basis now against Israel, which is it's crazy to me. I don't understand where the woke right. I think they're more libertarian than conservative.
Yeah,
the woke right aren't conservative in any way. They'll hide behind Christianity typically. Which is dangerous. I don't even know how you can be, claim to be, Christian at that point, and then you want to single out the destruction of Israel and support a terrorist entity and the Islamic takeover of the world. It just doesn't. There's no rational. It's a complete disconnect. And then those that are on the woke right, that are more libertarian, then they're really, woke right. They're libertarian. They're liberal left. It's just like this whole thing is just upside down to me. It just doesn't there's no rational thought pattern that goes into it when you can look around the world and point your finger directly at the EU and Turkey and then the left, and you want to look at the UN, the United Nations. You don't have to look at Netanyahu, and no, he did not support Hamas, but there was, just like the US, supported Look at the flow of funds throughout the Middle East. When you're pitting one enemy against the other, there's certain players and plays that take place between the PLO at its time and the rise of Hamas, two different factions. And then there are lots of factions. If you really want to dig into the Palestinians in general, we don't just single out Hamas and the PA, because those are the two that are bigger and standing right now. You still have to go to, you can go to Fatah. There's a whole list of them if you want to go down the list and see how they were vying for position. And then you have Israel, that has to somehow figure out a way to navigate, between all these enemies that are surrounding them. It's politics.
I agree with Joe, buddy. There's no woke right. People have termed that, and people have jumped on the woke right. There's really no woke right.
There isn't, right?
But it's really more libertarian. It's kooky. It's kooky libertarians that want to finger something happened in the world. Well, it must have been Israel. Must have been Netanyahu. Yeah, because they're worried because every country in the world wants them destroyed. And if you didn't see Netanyahu speaking at the UN, everybody walked out except for the U.S. and the Israelis. That was it. The entire body walked out. That's how. So if you don't think they're hated and people want their death and they want to be destroyed, that was pretty telling. Every single country walked out of his speech. And it was a good one. We just don't have time to play it here. But I wanted to see, here's Trump talking about it. Trump nails it right here.
When you live in a society where the firefighters are the heroes, little kids want to be firefighters. When you live in a society where athletes and movie stars are the heroes, little kids want to be athletes and movie stars. In Palestinian society, the heroes are those who murder Jews. We can't let this continue. We can't let this happen any longer. You cannot achieve peace if terrorists are treated as martyrs. Glorifying terrorists is a tremendous barrier to peace. It is a horrible, horrible way to think. It's a barrier that can't be broken. That will end, and it'll end soon, believe me. In Palestinian textbooks and mosques, you've got a culture of hatred that has been fermenting there for years, and if we want to achieve peace, they've got to go out and they've got to start this educational process. They have to end education of hatred. They have to end it, and now.
Right.
In the video playing in the background for people on the podcast, little kids dressed up, with guns and, cutting babies' heads off. It's grueling. But here's another scholar on the subject as well. So
Joe Budd, the UN, where different political opinions are supposed to be discussed. What a bunch of woke children. And that's it.
Just close it down. Get it off of U.S. soil. Build something nice on the water there. Get rid of that monstrosity. Kick them out and withdraw. The UN has never stood for peace. In Trump's speech, he said, "What have they done? Has done anything for peace? Nothing.
Nothing."
And meanwhile, they were funding. Trump called them out for funding millions of dollars of funding people, giving them cards to come into this country illegally. That's a terrorist organization, man. So get rid of it. I don't know why they're so tolerant. I don't know why he's so tolerant. But they should withdraw. But here we go, right here. If you see that, Islam is basically at war with Jews and Christians. This is the part of the Quran. Here we go.
We grow up with two things. First, you should give your life to God. Second, you should defeat Jews and Christians.
Reason why you have to fight them is because they are Jews and Christians. You should fight those empires around you, or those hukumat around you, which are Jew or Christian, until they give the jizya. That's fine. That we already know Islam allows. And then the howness of that is in the hadith. The three options that they're given: either you give the jizya, or you do this, or you do that. We're not apologetic about that point. That is truth.
The purpose of Islam is to.
He got tripped up in his own words. There's three options, and they all go like this: kill, kill, and kill. That's kind of what the three options look like.
That's right. Yeah, it's jizya. It's pay your tax or be killed.
Right.
It's
exactly.
Convert or be killed.
Killed.
I think there's only two. I don't know.
No, there is a third one.
What's the third one?
It is. If you can't kill Jews or Christians, you tax the crap. You pay them. They have to pay you shakedown money. Is
Right.
what that
That's
is.
the jizya. The jizya is the
jizya. Yeah,
is the shakedown money.
that's the one. Pay for protection. It's like the old mafioso, right? Going around. It's like, hey, looks like a high crime area. What do you mean? You got to pay some protection money. Nah, go ahead. And then the shop gets broken in, the window gets broken, and next thing you know, they're paying. That's what it is. I thought there was one other one, but anyway, here we go.
Let's see how that's working out over in Nigeria, Sudan.
Establish a global Islamic state, a caliphate, and impose Sharia on everybody on earth. That's it. That's the end of the story. There's no other purpose.
Important to understand what our role is here, right? Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa, right? That I am placing on earth a khalifa, a caretaker.
That I am creating on this earth a khalifa.
We will do everything possible that the world order is under the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I want to see the whole world led by a just Khalifa.
There you have it.
And it's destructive. You know, you look at, and we have a video of what's going on in Dearborn right now, Dearborn, Michigan, and you have Hamtramck, which is now a fully Muslim council. Now, if you go to Dearborn, this shouldn't be allowed, you know, first of all, in this country, but go out and play it.
This is Dearborn, Michigan at 5 a.m. blasting through the town. The call to prayer. 5 a.m. in the morning. Now, would you think you'd... What's going on here? This is the United States. All throughout, you know, multiple times a day, the call to prayer. I just, look, it's what happened to keeping religion, you know, church and state separate, right? What happened to that? Why? I'll tell you why, because the entire leadership is Muslim. But does that give you the right to sit there and play a call to prayer at 5 a.m.? You know, is it right for the people? I mean, Jeff, does it make any sense for the people who live there? I mean, it's just insane. Not
in this country. You know, the fact that they passed it, they tried doing the same thing in Hamtramck. It went to court, and because of the sound ordinance, they couldn't do the same thing with church bells. They were forbidden to ring the church bells. They tried to do the exact same thing here in Cooper City. They were building a mosque, a minaret, and they were going to put a loudspeaker on the minaret. That definitely wouldn't have passed any sound ordinance, but they attempted it. They put in their initial tower at 100 feet. I forget. Let's say the cutoff is 50. I don't know if it was exactly 100, but let's say the cutoff's 50. They put their initial design in for 100 feet, knowing that it was going to be kicked back because they knew they were going to get resistance, even if they put it in at 50, whatever the number was. And there was a whole bunch of back and forth. The town council of Cooper City were just ignorant, right? And there was direct connection. There's a school there as well as the mosque. And there's a direct connection between CARE and another terror fundraiser connected back to the school and some of the things that they were doing over there. And there was a group of people that went there to talk to, at one of the meetings, to talk to the meeting and let them know. And you could see just the sheerful ignorance, the willful ignorance of the mayor and the town council to just ignore everything that was being said. You know, and it was unbelievable. They were just going to pass it through.
Jim, you don't have the freedom to play on a loudspeaker at 5 a.m. in the morning. That's not freedom of religion.
Freedom of religion backfire.
That's not a religion.
Freedom of religion. No.
Yeah, well, that's not playing that in the morning. That's not a
no, that's not freedom.
Violation of the Establishment Clause. And then I wanted to play this because put this up here. This is Myron Gaines. He said, "I grew up Muslim, and I think this is ridiculous." He's talking about the call to prayer in Dearborn, Michigan. This is not a Muslim country. If you want to hear the Adhan 5 times a day, go live in a Muslim country. As all the Gulf states are clean, safe, wealthy, and love American citizens. Move there. This is incredibly rude, unfair to the non-Muslims of Dearborn.
Yes.
I mean, this is it. Like, this is what, you know, listen.
This is the beginning. This is what they do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, look at this right here. This was a UN speech. Beheaded Christians, Yazidis, the Druze, the Kurds, Alawis, beheaded them all, yet not one got up and walked out during his speech at the UN like they did Benjamin Netanyahu, okay? So it was nothing but just pure garbage, and everybody sat there and listened to it. Just goes to show you what's going on at the UN. Laura Loomer reported that in Dearborn, Michigan, there's a conference taking place right now called ArabCon, where Muslims are gathered to talk about how they can consolidate more political power in the U.S. Speakers and attendees are on video laughing over the October 7th Hamas terrorist attacks. They cheered when Professor Abdulali said that he would never condemn armed resistance. Ro Khanna, who's a Democrat, we talk about him because he is pro-crypto, but Ro Khanna from California spoke at this conference. Are you going to condemn this? Are you going to condemn this, Ro Khanna? You're a sitting member of Congress. Why did you speak at a pro-jihad conference in Dearborn, Michigan, where supporters of Islamic terror gathered to celebrate October 7th and promote Hamas? Other speakers included Mehdi Hassan, Abdul Sayed, current Democrat U.S. candidate in Michigan, Anna Kasparian, you know her from the podcast of the Young Turks, jihadi Dearborn mayor Abdullah Hamoud, who was recently caught on video telling Christians to leave Dearborn if they oppose Muslims naming streets after Hezbollah terrorists.
Right.
Every single member of Congress should be calling on Ro Khanna to apologize or resign.
Let's call him to resign.
This is insane.
He should resign. Should resign.
You should speaking at a conference that's in. It's sickening.
But this is what they do, and it's amazing because when you do approach them, I've been at multiple, I don't know, protests. I don't know, counter protests. I don't know what it'd be called in front of they would have these and host these types of meetings here in Florida. They did one at the port, at the conference center at the port. We had a huge group of people there. Alan West actually showed up to that one. There's another one. I had introduced Laura Loomer at one, actually, and there were a few others that have occurred in and around the area. You know, it's really amazing that all this stuff still goes on. It's almost like it's like a broken record. The stuff's on repeat because I've been talking about this stuff and actively involved in this since I would say the past 30 something years. You know, this is how long it's been going on. And before that, it was going on, but ingrained in the United States. And I would caution people then that this is what's happening all around. And you would see it sprung up on college campuses. We'd speak out against it there. Then it would pop up in town council meetings. And it looked like it was not going to be, you know, it doesn't look like it's such a big deal because, you know, like Jim D was saying, hey, it's freedom of religion. Okay. So they hide behind that. They're hiding behind the freedom of religion. Then now lately you can see that, you know, they're hiding behind, you know, your anti-Islam if you speak out against the things and they were tying themselves into, and you saw, you know, the gay marches and all that stuff that were going to the, you know, the LGBTQ, whatever marches parading together hand in hand with these, with the Palestinians. And now, you know, it came out, if you go to Dearborn and you see some of the proclamations that have gone, you know, where they you can't have the gay pride flag anywhere near there. You know, they've banned it. Of course they're going to ban it. You know, do they actually think that a culture that tells their women that they have to dress head to toe in black and you can only see their eyes, that somehow they're going to be okay with these, you know, alternate lifestyles, that they're going to be accepting of that, when if you go back to their countries within, you know, whether it's the Palestinian area, Syria, wherever, you know, if you're there, someone comes out as gay, they throw them off the side of a building, and somehow they think that they're going to be accepting of them. I mean, it's just, everything is so, you know, warped. You know, people don't want to educate themselves, you know, is really a big part of it. It's interesting because Jim D was saying that Islam's not really a religion. It was designed to be a controlled governance system, which if you look back through the beginning of time, you know, it was all based off of conquest. That's how it was spread. And that's, you know, was deep in the root. And you're right, you know, because it was all about control and dominance. Whereas all the other religions came up because of, you know, peace, and they wanted, you know, based on the religion.
Yeah. So, and I want to get into some of the other things, these stories that are not even being covered, which is another travesty. But here, listen to this gentleman right here talk about the Christians that are being slaughtered. Listen to this.
The world, and you want to see a better world. Your interest is not just free Palestine. I mean, there are more people dying in Nigeria than are dying in Palestine. I can tell you that last year alone, over 500,000 Christians were killed in Nigeria just in 1 year. And nobody's protesting. The activists are not saying anything. For me, that's hypocrisy.
Quiet.
In the north of Nigeria, Christians are being killed daily because the Islamic militants don't want Christians to exist in the north of Nigeria. They want to see a world where there are no Christians at all. And they want to conquer not just Nigeria, they want to conquer Africa, they want to conquer Europe, and they want to conquer America. The younger generation who want to live in a better world must speak out today. And I'm calling on all advocates of a free world to...
Yeah, I wish you'd hear the rest of that. But anyway, Jeff, I mean, it's insane what's happening. I mean, honestly, if you guys are here, do you guys know the numbers of Christians being killed just in Nigeria? It's happening all over the place in Africa as well. But is anybody even aware of that?
No.
Look at this. I mean, you want to just see like this. This is how disgusting it is. If you're not able to, search out the news, you're never going to find it. Nobody's talking about this. Look here. Christians are being massacred, the women kidnapped, raped, forcibly converted daily in Nigeria. This year, more Christians have been killed in Nigeria than Palestinians in Gaza, yet not one single protest. Look at this. Riding around dead bodies, but dead Christians. It's insane.
Yep.
I mean,
and they won't acknowledge it. And then, at the end of the day, everybody's hyper focused on the whole Hamas thing. Hamas is they're media geniuses. They're like media savants. They understand what the world wants to see. The PLO knew before that, Hezbollah knew, they knew how to twist at the heartstrings. The good thing is on their side, they have all these leftists, people that are willing to, grab onto whatever they say, but the whole world just wants to focus on that one cause. They would talk about the Arab-Israel peace, and the whole Arab-Israel peace was all about these Palestinians. It wasn't about any other country in the Middle East, right? And it's amazing. And then we look at like these Houthis. Who the hell are the Houthis down in Yemen? Nobody even knows who these Houthis are, but somehow they have these ballistic missiles. They're shooting these missiles. They're shooting these big. Right? How are they doing that? Where are these? Yeah, who's funding it? Where are the missiles coming from? Who the hell are the Houthis to begin with? But then let's look at the northern part of Sudan and how many Christians were slaughtered by Muslims in Sudan. How many Christians were slaughtered in Syria? How many Christians were killed and slaughtered in Lebanon? And nobody wants to talk about it.
You
Why?
don't even
Because
hear the Pope
it's
talking
too
about
difficult. Right. They won't talk about the reality on the ground, but then they'll immediately look at Israel. They want to point the finger at Israel. They want to point the finger at Jews, but they'll never talk. Nobody wants to bring up massacres because you can't even rationalize. I mean, just absolute, want to talk about a real genocide. That's a genocide. What happened in Syria, genocide. What's happening in Nigeria, genocide. What's happening, that's happened in Syria and Lebanon and elsewhere. The Northern Sudan, for years, they were enslaving the people in Northern Sudan. They weren't just killing and massacring them. They were destroying their towns and they were enslaving them. And they're doing the same thing again in Nigeria and other parts of Africa, as it was mentioned. And people they just want to turn a blind eye to the reality. Then let's go to Europe and see what's happening in Europe and the number of rapes that are skyrocketing in Western civilization.
Every hour in the UK,
every hour in the UK. And we have a video, Spain,
in London,
that all these people are showing up in Spain. All these people are showing up in Italy. All these people are showing up. They're purposely, flipping this switch, and they're displacing culture. And they're basically trying to instead of say, hey, let's go down to go ahead. You've got there.
This is Spain right here. You just mentioned this on.
Yeah, go ahead and play this. What in the world is going on? That you can't bring this quantity of people into a country and not destabilize the country.
Right. They're not. There's zero interest in adapting to Spanish culture, the language, the customs. You're talking about thousands of years of culture, of identity to be destroyed. No.
Overnight.
Sorry, man.
It's not. You can't. You can't support that. There's no way to support it because now you have these people and they don't understand the culture. So part of it, when people come, it's all about assimilating into the existing culture. Learn the language, learn the culture, learn what all the things that have to be done. When you have a mass immigration of people like this, there's no cultural assimilation. No cultural assimilation, country ends, and that's it.
Look at this, Jeff. The so-called Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, this is how they list Christian identity: extremism, hate, or terrorism. Tell me you're not inciting violence by saying that if you have Christian identity, you're an extremist, you're full of hate, and you're a terrorist. This is how they categorize it on the ADL website. It's another joke. It's the opposite of anti-defamation.
They've been a joke for many.
Listen
many
to
years.
this. This guy has got some unique insight when it comes to Netanyahu.
Netanyahu will go down in history as one of the most consequential leaders of the 21st century. And if you don't think that, you're either too uneducated or too brainwashed to realize this. This guy is reshaping the map of the whole Middle East, and books will be written about him, and you shall thank him because he is at the forefront of fighting Islamic terrorism. As I said, I was born in Iran under the Islamic Republic, so you cannot change my mind. Where was your outrage? Where 4.5 million people died in the Congo in an actual genocide? Where were you when Bashar al-Assad killed 1 million of his people? Where were you when 500,000 Yemenis died? So this is called selective outrage. This idea that, oh, Israel is bad, they're committing genocide. He is saving Western civilization, but you're just too dumb to realize it. And my prediction is that there will be no Palestinian state. Israel will most likely take over Gaza. And why would you reward terrorists anyway? After what they've done in 7th of October. By rewarding a Palestinian state, you are rewarding terrorists, you are rewarding the Islamic Republic. And that's exactly what they want. And it's funny because as soon as the United Kingdom recognized Palestine as a state, the leader of the Palestinian Authority asked for 2 trillion in reparations. So if you give these terrorists an inch, they will ask for a mile. Only 70,000 people died in Palestine. Israel could have committed a genocide in one afternoon. They literally dropped more bombs in Gaza than people have died. That's less than 1% of the population. So what kind of a genocide is that? Israel is going out of its way to save civilians. They're extremely strategic in what they've done. Look at what they've done to Hezbollah in Lebanon. Look at what they've done to the Islamic Republic. So they're not committing a genocide. They're actually going out of their way to save civilians. They care more about Palestinian civilians than Hamas, because they could have done it in one afternoon. And you know what's funny? All these terrorist proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, and the Islamic Republic, they said it's the beginning of the end for Israel. Ironically, it was the beginning of the end for them.
Laying it down, man.
Nailed it. He definitely did. And, he brings up a really solid point. If Israel really wanted to commit genocide, if it was a real genocide, they could have carpet bombed the shit out of Gaza.
Jeff,
instead they drop leaflets, they make phone call after phone call after phone call. Leave the building. That building's coming down. We're taking out this area. Leave. Everybody leave. If you guys remember seeing the mass migration of people out of that city, they said, we're coming here because it's a stronghold. There's weapons, there's tunnels. And that's exactly. And then the media is like, oh, they attacked a school. Well, first, all the people are gone. Second, all the bombs are hidden under the school, in the school. They have tunnels under, they found all sorts of things. That was it. 400 miles of tunnels were built under Gaza. And the Hamas terrorists are all hiding there. The civilians are up on top. Israel had to be responsible for them. There's no other military, no other country in the world that would give this kind of regard to the population centers. Do you think is that the United States had any regard? If we remember shock and awe, when we went after Iraq and we took out Saddam Hussein, if we remember shock and awe, how many thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people died during shock and awe? We obliterated the shit out of Iraq in shock and awe.
Leaflets.
And no leaflets, no phone calls. We just obliterate because there's a calculation of civilian casualty in war. But there's no other military in the world that goes to the extreme that Israel has gone through.
3 days notice.
3 days notice. and then they're moving and they're taking care of people and they're allowing food to come in. And forget about the fact that before October 7th, these terrorists and many of the population were coming into Israel to work. There was, and the towns along the border were the ones that were promoting peaceful existence with the neighbors. And it was the very neighbors out of Gaza that came in and murdered them because they mapped out their areas and they knew the homes and they knew everything that was going on. And it was a state of confusion because it wasn't 100 people. It wasn't 200 people. There were thousands of these terrorists that infiltrated multiple towns. And they keep talking about the 6 hours. And I've talked to so many people over there, and because to me, it was the same thing. It just made no sense. It's always secure. A squirrel rattles a fence and you know exactly what happens. But what nobody knows, and I look at all these armchair political hacks that want to talk about it, is they know what happens. And I talk to so many people over there. I'm like, how is it possible that if a squirrel touches that fence somewhere, they know the exact sector where that squirrel is on the fence, and they immediately send military presence there. They'll send someone on, foot. So what had happened for months leading up to this, they would set off a false alarm at the fence line, another false alarm at the fence line, another false alarm at the fence line. And they were continuously, meticulously building up, this whole kind. They were lulling people into a sense of the fact that it's going to be another false alarm. And they kept doing it over and over and over and over and over again. And finally, on the day that they attacked, they had the guys coming in on the kites. They had tractors bulldozing fences. They had thousands of these people flooding in. They knew exactly where they were going. They had all their directions mapped out. They came in and they had a techno fest going on, and they just obliterated and massacred people at the techno fest. And the fact that there's people still claiming that, they want to side with Hamas, when they came in, they cut women's breasts off. They mutilated, people's genitalia. Killed babies. This is while they were raping people. I mean, they're doing the most disgusting things. And yet people are going to say, oh, Israel's committing a genocide. It's so irrational. I think people just they've gone through such they've purposely miseducated themselves, and they go down rabbit holes that don't exist. And then they want to point to whatever direction and deep rooted, thought process they want to go in. But the reality is staring up in the face, but they're afraid to look at reality. That's what I see from the libertarians and these people that just refuse to look at reality. Reality is reality. Take it at face value. Go watch the movies. You've got YouTube, you've got X. You can go back, watch the videos out of the 90s, watch the most recent one. Look at the massacre. If you haven't watched any of the October 7th massacres, watch it, because it'll warp your mind.
They filmed it all, man.
Everything was filmed. They did everything. It wasn't fake. What is fake is when the Palestinians claim that they're all standing around and all of a sudden a building gets blown up. They have the Gaza wood, where they stage, or the Polywood or whatever. They've staged it. They did the same thing in Lebanon. They would take dead kids out of a mortuary, out of a morgue, and they would then put them in different areas. And they had proven this case even in Lebanon. And they had the little baby in the same clothes filmed in like 5 different areas. And they would pull them out of the rubble, put them in the rubble again, take them out of the rubble. Then sometimes they'd film people that were alive, and all to just get the media attention. The media are a bunch of whores, because the media would run and film it. And it was the same thing, going back years ago, whenever there would be an incident of Palestinians throwing rocks or fire bombs or whatever, the media knew this was about to happen. They would all show up. There would be a military jeep show up. The Arabs come out, throw their Molotov cocktails on the rocks. The media get it. They see the tear gas being shot by the soldiers. And the whole thing was organized and plotted between the media and the terrorist entity. And then that goes on the 5 o'clock news and warps the minds of the people.
Do you know who they're saying killed Charlie Kirk now? Israel. Yeah. Mossad. They killed Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk was about to turn on them. It's the most idiotic stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Makes no sense.
And anyway, let's transition a little bit. I want to get back to what I talked about a little bit earlier about the Canadians. Look what's happening in Canada when it comes to guns.
Why are you volunteering? program is voluntary, but after the amnesty ends, the people are not in compliance with the law. So how is this truly voluntary?
So Canadians starting in Cape Breton today will be able to enroll in the program, be able to get compensated if they were to turn their firearm in, or they will be able to get compensation if they deactivate and confirm that it's deactivated with a certificate. So it is strictly voluntary. Nobody is being forced to undertake the buyback program. Well, the expectation is that they will comply, and the order in council, as you know, is being extended from this October to October of 2026. So there is a one-year window. Our expectations is that law-abiding citizens will abide by the law, and beyond that, the police of jurisdiction.
This guy's having such a difficult time. He's tripping up on everything here. Well, we expected people will comply. Well, what happens if they don't? You brought up in the very beginning.
To, as you know, implement the criminal code.
If Canada is the rule of law, why did you offer to pay someone the difference in compensation and bail them out of jail? You're a minister. Why'd you say that?
Let's maybe put this in context. This was a private conversation with an individual that I've known for many years.
A private conversation.
I said these two issues frankly, in bad humor, that is being misinterpreted. It is very clear that there was a private conversation. It is with someone. It is an acquaintance.
We believe you.
Well,
do you believe what you said on the phone?
Well, first of all, it's not the phone. It was in the context of a private conversation in person. What is important is that.
What's important is that's what you really think. That's what's important.
Right. If you look at it in context, that was not a serious attempt. It was a bad attempt at humor on my part. It was in no way to suggest that they will either I will bail them out or otherwise. That is not.
Why you should do humor about? Is it a subject you should do humor about?
Let's look at the context of it. It was a 20-minute conversation, and as part of the conversation in a private setting, it was a range of issues that we discussed. So
look at these people. Look at the faces of these people standing behind
us. To see that this program moved along quicker, and what we have today is maybe, hopefully, 200 guns in Cape Breton. Have you not failed at the task of getting this moving faster?
Absolutely not, because we need to test the system that we have for individual gun owners. The next 5 to 7 weeks is a test period. It will enable us to go through the glitches. In fact, I did the enrollment last week as a trial run, and I came up with some suggestions to improve it. Those improvements were done. What we anticipate is feedback that we get with Cape Breton. We will be able to strengthen and make it a better program overall.
But why
You just can't get off of that thing. It's not a voluntary program. They're basically outlawing all guns. This is what regimes do. They take away your guns, and then they wonder, oh, geez, what happened? Now, if the UK, if they had their guns, this is one of the reasons that what the founders of the United States knew very well is that people think it's for self-defense. No, it's to protect against tyranny. If everybody's carrying has ammunition, the government's not going to try to take you over. Okay, they're not. They're not going to win. And when the other side does their crazy talk, all I got to say is look at the side that has the guns. There you go. Open and close. Now, Jeff, what would happen? I'll throw this to you. What would happen if a liberal went back and tried to kill? He had a time machine and went back to try to kill Hitler. Well, here's how this was imagined. Let's watch this. Oh, yeah. Germany, 1933. There you have Hitler.
Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
Time machine comes through and...
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Before you pull the trigger, can I just ask why? Why do all of you people want to kill me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a progressive, a liberal, a fighter for social justice.
She's wearing a Planned Parenthood. She's got the big goofy glasses on. Probably the weird look in her eyes. You know, they always have those weird kind of eyes. She looks like the daughter of Harris's stepdaughter is who she looks like.
And you are a fascist who implemented a reign of terror. And while the effects of your policies devastated the world for decades, soon we will be able to take back the White House. And we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
You want to use government power to force your ideas on the populace. Me too! That's fantastic!
What? No, no. Ugh. You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is there are people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silencing those who disagree with you. I do that too! Oh, wunderbar! Oh, the Nazi movement will not die with me.
Don't give me that! I'm enlightened, and you're as bad as... well, as Hitler. Listen, what I'm trying to say is we are very close to implementing a utopia, as long as we can get rid of some certain undesirable people groups.
Yes, like the Jews.
Yes, like the Jews. Oh.
So, in the future, you also do not like the Jews?
Well, no. But we don't believe in segregating all the races like you do. I mean, except for like graduation ceremonies. In dorms. And hiring practices. Oh, and admissions policies. That sort of thing.
I, too, am a fan of the segregation. I'm sorry, I have to ask, is this a real firearm or is this some kind of toy for kids?
It's a flare gun. I'm trying not to support America's toxic gun culture. I'm a firm believer in gun control.
Gun control! This was one of my ideas, too. Ban them from the undesirables. Yes, look here. Oh, and your shirt. This is an organization founded by Margaret Sanger. Yes?
Wait, you know about Margaret Sanger?
Jawohl, of course. Oh, she's such a lovely person.
No. She's a fighter for reproductive rights, for women's empowerment,
and the eradication of undesirable populations by means of eugenics. Brilliant lady, very inspiring. I must use some of her ideas in our socialized healthcare system.
Socialized healthcare? That's not your thing. That's our thing.
No, it's very much my thing. Did you know that Nazi means National Socialist German Workers' Party? Nazi is just more catchy. Nazi. Just rolls off the tongue.
No. This can't be true. This has to be some sort of mistake. We are nothing alike. You're Adolf Hitler, evil right-wing fascist dictator, and I'm a feminist restorative justice advocate. And a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Me too!
Okay, I am so confused right now. I came here with a clear goal in mind to kill the most evil man who I've ever lived. Besides Ronald Reagan. But now that I'm meeting you in person, you're not at all what I thought you were. And your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
An empire without Jews.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
Babylon B never misses.
Babylon B. Oh my God.
The never misses, man.
Oh
anyway, let's give away that.
They're so funny.
Give the Fräulein a Tylenol.
Oh my
Right
God.
on,
What
Jim
did you
B.
think about? Did you see that craze with the Tylenol?
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of them was fighting for her life. She had a organ failure.
What's wrong with these people?
Plenty,
Literally.
Jeff. Where do you start? I don't have time to get into
start
it.
at Tylenol.
I mean, that's why they said that Trump should come out and outlaw air and say it's bad. They'll say air is the best thing ever, and they'll put bags over their head.
That's right.
Anyway, we got 12 in here, guys. Anybody want to get in here real quick?
All right, get in there before I play the song, and we'll roll that song. Before we roll the song, just make sure you guys know about the Badass Yetis coffee.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Badass Yetis Coffee. Is it any good? Nah, it's fucking great. Forged in the mountains,
hell yeah,
brewed for legends,
Yes.
Badass YetisCoffee.com.
BadassYetisCoffee.com. You can go there and get some beautifully roast to order stuff. We got 12, we have 13 in there. Let's pull the sucker.
All right. Well, we got to run the song real quick.
Run the tune.
We're going to give you guys a minute to get this up to 20.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Come on.
Win a badass Yeti from the blue tribe. The Titans rise! Your key, the Zaman wallet. Your fate on the chain. Ran of Titans, spear raised high. Spiked helm gleams as glowing pink in the night. He storms alive. He breaks the shield when his spear strikes the battlefield. Yeah! Stand with Titans. Fight with Ren. Fight when the badass Yeti. This is the blue tribe, this is thunder and flame, iron in the hand, glory in the name. The Titans crush, they never wait. For badass Yeti, born for battle, made for legend, claim yours, or be forgotten. Badass Yeti, on the chain.
Dokie. All right, let's do this. I'm going to pull it. We got 14. Let's see what we got here. Let's go. Let's see who's going to win.
Hang on. Wait.
We're going. We're going for it. We're going for it. Chad Ozium from Celebration, Florida. Big winner tonight. Win. What an awesome Yeti win. Beautiful. Chad, I know you're here. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. All right, love that. XRP rocks with the Rockets. 5-finger death punch. That was good. All right.
Chad
we know you're here, Chad, so get your stuffed.
He said it was rigged.
He won. It has to be rigged.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's go. We know you're here, man.
Is Ray
we know you're here. We know you are here. Let's do it. I'm shocked that Charles didn't win.
I know.
That's what I'm shocked. I'm really shocked.
Yeti.
OMG, Chad, congrats. His Visual Vendetta. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and let's get that in there. We know you just need to put your wallet in there. And while you're doing that, while we're waiting for that, and a couple more Babylon Bees here. By the way, I don't know if you'd heard about this, but Hamas calls on Democrats to tone down the violence. Just like, there you go. So also, the top one, this is a known Antifa member who was paid $70,000 for his Capitol riot video on January 6th. The bottom panel says the FBI says they have no proof Antifa members dressed as Trump supporters and caused the Capitol riot on January 6, 2021. There you have it. And then here we go. Finally, King Saul's troubled spirit soothed by sick new effects pedal David got for his harp. And check out those pedals, man. Sick. Stuff makes me laugh so much, man. It's so crazy. It's the best. All right.
Chad. Is Chad here?
Chad, he's here, dude. Come on. Chad reposted his wallet address. Okay, he posted it.
Oh, he
we
did?
just don't
Okay,
we don't see it in here because it thinks it's spam or something. So
I'll see it in a
you
minute.
got to go on the video. Jeff, while you're doing that, I'm going to talk. 8 new pictures were added to the Presidential Wall of Fame here.
Okay.
Number 1, Ulysses S. Grant was replaced by J.D. Vance. So far, no one's noticed. I guess it's the beards. You have James A. Garfield was replaced by a cartoon of Garfield the cat. Historians say they both hated Mondays and loved lasagna.
Oh my God.
Woodrow Wilson was replaced by his wife, Edith Wilson. You didn't think Jill Biden was the only first lady to wield the real power, did you? William Howard Taft was replaced by Jabba the Hutt. Historians feel this is a more realistic depiction of the 27th president. Jimmy Carter's picture has been swapped out for a picture of Mr. Peanut. If only Mr. Peanut had been in office instead. Millard Fillmore has been removed in favor of a picture of Batman. It's fine. Nobody knows who Millard Fillmore was anyway. Obama was replaced by a portrait of Karl Marx, basically the same thing. And number 8, Trump replaced by a picture of Jesus. No explanation needed. Jeez.
All right, here we go, chat. Get ready. This bad boy's coming over to you right now. 6, not accepted yet. I'm signing the transaction. Sent. It's currently verifying. It's been submitted, and it is done. That's it. Submitted successfully. You are now the proud owner of this badass Yeti. That's right.
Visual Vendetta says in 2017 he was offered a job to protest for a wage at this Democratic group. I got the job interview on Craigslist at the time, and therefore I know for a fact there are paid protests. They're all paid, not organic. They're all paid. And they cut off the USAID, which is a lot of it. Robert D says, great stream. We're all victims. If we're all victims, never complain of being a victim. Make noise. Right on.
Look at that, chat. Look at that bad boy right there. That
Jeez,
is,
dude.
That is
in your wallet right now, dude. What's in your wallet? A badass Yeti.
Badass Yeti right there.
Jeff, we gotta get that. We gotta get that soundbite. What's in your wallet? From what's that? What commercial is that? What's in your wallet? Is it Citi?
What's in your wallet?
How does that one?
Was it Citibank?
Oh
no. Or was it Discover? No.
No. What's in your wallet?
What's in your
Capital
wallet?
One. Capital One.
Capital One.
You know, when they say, what's in your wallet? We need to have that soundbite.
What's in your wallet?
Badass Yeti is in the wallet. That's what it is. Well, guys, that's all we have time for here. We got to get out of here.
I've got this beautiful NFT right here.
Oh, we got to get that away, right?
Ode of Mentalist. So,
all right, guys, stick around. Who's still here?
We can give this bad boy away.
All right, let me.
If Ray Run was here, I'd be like, hey, Ray, you got to get in on this one.
We'll just draw again then, Jeff. How's that?
We can draw again.
Draw again for this one,
Pull it
ready?
up. Let me put the music in real quick. Hang on.
All right.
Let me
See who's
unshare.
gonna win. I'm going to redraw, guys. It'll be the same
Make
people.
sure you share your screen.
Here we go. It'll be the same people. Here we go. Let's draw again. Who's going to win the song? Who's winning the song? First time we gave away a song. Who's winning it? Who's winning? Boom. Corey McCollum. Is Corey here? Corey, are you here? We need to hear from you because you won the song. Corey, you still here?
Corey.
Let's wait. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate you guys being here to celebrate it with us.
Great.
We'll have to figure out exactly what that looks like on the other badass Yeti.
Another. Corey.
Badass Yeti.
If Corey's not here, then
Corey, we got to hear from you. We don't hear from you. We're gonna draw again, dude. I think we need to draw again. I don't know where he is. You only have a few minutes to. You got to pay attention. Otherwise, we have to address. Corey, are you here? I have to hear from you. All right.
Badass Yetis. Badass Yetis.
Okay, you were on the clock, and now we got to move on. Sorry if you missed it, but that's how it works around here.
We move on.
Here we go. Who's going to win? Bam. Boom, 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 boom. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be?
Going to win?
Frady Cat. Frady Cat, are you here, Frady Cat?
Oh, no.
Shit, we're going to be like, nobody's here. Let's do a new one. Just
Nobody's
the people
here.
that are here. Everyone bailed. It was too intense tonight, Jeff. We went down that rabbit hole. We went hard.
Ron was received. There you go.
Beautiful. Ron,
Frady Cat was in here for a little while.
He was, yeah. Do you want to just do a new drawing with the people here?
But then we'd have to have everyone say Yeti real quick. I guess we could do that. We could do a whole brand new one and have everybody register for this song.
Otherwise, we're going to be doing this over time and time again.
We're doing it a lot.
I'm going to reset it.
Okay.
And then
you got to set a different word too.
Oh, you know what?
You can't use Yeti again.
I can't do that, Jeff. For some reason, I can't.
Well, you can do a new one, but use a new word.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do badass. Badass. Type in badass, guys.
Badass. Type in badass. You're gonna win
badass. We're the song.
So we're
should have
putting
typed
up
the song instead of making it so complicated.
That would have been a little bit easier. There we go. XRP fan got a badass.
XRP fan's gonna win because there's only one.
Got another badass.
There we
Got
go.
another
We got 3.
badass. Come on.
We got 3 guys. We got Osmond's 4.
Badass. Come on. Throw those badasses in. Lard ass. Come on.
We only have 3.
So,
what am I missing?
Badass.
We got
Come
4
on,
in there,
Chad. Badass. And this is what we're
Charles.
putting up here. This is it right here. It's this NFT of this song. So get ready.
Boom, 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 boom.
It was a kick-ass
This is great.
song.
You got a 1 in 5 chance to win. Somebody's winning here.
Come on. We got to
This
get
is for the this is for the song from yesterday, from last night.
for the
For
so
the
this
song.
is what you get to win right here. It's the NFT of the song. So, turn it down. Not all the way. There we go. This is what it's for right there. NFT of the song. Badass. Forget. It's so cool that we could do an NFT of the song.
It really is. Okay, guys, we have 6. Let's pull it.
All right, let's pull it. Be one of the 6. Here we go.
Here we go, boys and girls. Let's go. 6 of them in there. Somebody's going to win. You have a 1 in 6 chance. Let's go.
1 in 6.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's going to win the first one to win a song here on the chain? And it is going to be Charles. Of course, it's going to be Charles. Charles Tamburello, the winningest winner of all winners.
Guy in all history.
Charles, you win. I know you're here, so go ahead and put your thing in there, man. Put your we have your wallet, actually. We have his wallet.
Charles.
Yeah, we'll just give it to you.
Let me see.
Send it over. You have it there somewhere. We have it about 16 times, Jeff.
Yeah,
he's got a whole. He's built himself a whole army now.
It's an empire.
It's an empire, yeah. So,
but you know what we don't have for some reason. Oh no, I take that back.
Yeah, we do have it. We have
everything. We've got
we have
everything.
it all, guys. So rigged, says Smithson.
Oh, it's rigged.
Of
we
course.
rigged it. Oh shit.
I don't know why he wins. It might be the timing, the way he puts it in there, but it's just an algorithm, man. You see me click a button. I don't have anything to do with it. Out of 6 people, he won.
Out of 6.
Now he has the music. That was the first one with music. Yeah, he has the music to go across with the battle cry, man.
Yes.
Gotta love that. Beautiful, people. Beautiful.
But this was NFT. What is the number on this one? What is the number? I don't have a number on this one. Oh, it's rarity. The rarity was 3 out of 547. Just going to put this as the NFT, the ode to the mentalist. Ode of mentalists.
I can't believe the Dallas Cowboys are beating the 1 and 2 Dallas Cowboys are beating the 2 and 1 Green Bay Packers 16-13 at halftime. Interesting.
It's crazy. All right, here we go. Here we go, Charles. Getting ready to Jackie came in at the last. Jackie, you missed the drawing yesterday. We drew your name yesterday.
We drew your name. You won.
Ended on yours. You won.
Can't leave.
And then you were gone and you left yesterday.
Can't leave. You won and everything. Then you come in late.
All right. This one's going to Charles.
Charles, what are your thoughts on lottery numbers? That's what I said. Someone should just say, like, Charles, I'll send you a ticket and we're going to the casino together. Spend a whole weekend at the casino because this is the luckiest guy ever, man. He wins.
There you go. Boom. Submitted successfully.
Of course, she says. Of course I thought.
Charles, you are now the proud owner of Ode
800
of Mentalist, Risk Your Mind. You now own that song. NFT of that song. There you go.
Yeah.
Now yours.
Beautiful. That's it, guys.
That's so kick-ass.
Maybe you can trade and get a double. You guys can do some trading back and forth.
That's right.
Horse
Ray
trading.
Run is the one who won that guy.
Yeah, so maybe you trade with one of your other ones, Charles, and you get the song and the Yeti together. Keep them together. Maybe he'll be open to a trade. That's all the time we have, guys. We'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Let's take a look at the auction. My baby. Take a look at the auction, guys. We'll be doing that Wednesday night show. So congratulations to all the winners tonight. You guys are all winners because you're a little bit smarter and quicker than everybody else. There you go.
And there you go. If you're on a PC, computer, not on your phone, scan that QR code. That'll be right to the XRP.cafe auction. I realized we did put out an X post on it So check out the X post. There's a link right to the auction in the X post. We'll make sure it's shared on the chain, on Chips. It's on mine. It's on Badass Yetis.
It's everywhere. Yeah, let's do it.
It's everywhere. It's all over. So you guys,
let's go, people.
Let's go. Let's get that auction up there nice for the Tempest.
Beautiful.
The Tempest.
All right, guys. That's all we know. Playing the long outro tonight. See you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff. Ow.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.